This is Umar for BoxNation. I just said to Gareth, Adam, that is one of the best British title fights I've ever seen.
Yep, one of the greatest British heavyweight title fights I've ever seen. And we were talking about, going back to the days of Lennox Lewis and Gary Mason. John Rawling was even talking about Cooper and Bugner back in the 70s. Look, we've seen some fantastic British title fights at heavyweight. Chisora White springs to mind in Manchester here, AJ and White, Mark Potter and Danny Williams winning the title with one arm when his shoulder went. I mean, that 12 rounds of a seesaw battle, Frazer Clarke to haul himself up off the canvas and come back at times, and you just didn't know who was going to win, what was going to happen next. It was absolutely extraordinary. I said at the end there, double their pay, treble their pay. They deserve every single bit of it. They were fantastic, the pair of them.
Fabio, a white collar fighter who's swinging it out in there with his nose completely busted against one of the best amateurs we've had in Frazer Clarke, and he looked like a top-class fighter tonight, which he hadn't really done in the professional ranks. But when a great fighter is in a proper fight, they proper step up, and that's what Frazer done tonight. And as I said, Fabio, his art was incredible.
And I think mentally and physically, the pair of them were just extraordinary. You know, the amount they wanted this, the pride, the unbeaten records on the line. Frazer having the step up, only in his 9th fight. Fabio only having 4 white collar fights. And yeah, the class of Frazer Clarke came through at times, but the sporadic attacks in unorthodox fashion from Fabio Wardley, who just refused to go, and especially with the horrible cut to the nose and the facial damage. But how Frazer got through some of the storm, I don't know. It was just sensational. It was pulsating, Umar, from start to finish, and I'm just so glad it just was everything that we wanted from the build-up. And even down to going back to the dressing room afterwards, you know, being looked after medically. I think they've got to look at them. The health and safety comes first. Everyone wants a rematch. Everyone maybe wants even a trilogy. Look after the fighters, get them back to their families, get them back safe and sound. They were both winners tonight, and it was absolutely brilliant to have been here.
Of course, it didn't end in a draw. Who did you have at the final bell, Adam?
Do you know what? I sort of lost count. I mean, Fabio obviously had the 2 points from the knockdown and the low blow. I thought Frazer won more of the rounds. I mean, I think I had Fabio maybe nicking it by a round. I think a draw was fine, but a draw always leaves the sort of audience a little bit like disappointed, and there should be a winner, there should be a loser.
We can run it back, so.
There's a slight anticlimax when there's a draw announced, but actually I think both fighters go back with something. And to be honest, the decision and the result did not matter. What mattered was the 12 rounds that we saw, with both of them going to the well time and time again. It was brutal, it was fascinating, it was absolutely compelling, and it's one for the history books. You know, Fight of the Year candidate already. I would say one of the great heavyweight fights at British level I've ever seen.
Adam, appreciate your time. Also, congratulations on Summit Sports and GBM, your roles there. So well done on that.
Thanks, Umar. I appreciate it.
Cheers. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you. Cheers.